Peace be upon you. Imagine standing in front of one of the oldest, most sacred stones on earth, a stone that has been a witness to centuries of history, divine miracles, and acts of courage. A stone that was sent down from paradise has been attacked, stolen, and destroyed, but has remained as sacred and untouched as it was when it first descended from the heavens. The black stone, known as Hajar al-Aswad, is a symbol of divine protection, a link between earth and heaven, and the heart of the Kaaba. Today we are going to explore its fascinating and often miraculous journey through history. But there's one shocking event we'll reveal to you that many are unaware of: a theft, a miracle, and a divine intervention that saved this sacred relic. You won't want to miss this. The black stone, Hajar al-Aswad, holds a significant place in the hearts of Muslims worldwide. It is embedded in the eastern corner of the Kaaba in Mecca, the most sacred structure in Islam. Every year, millions of Muslims flock to the Kaaba to perform the tawaf during their Hajj and Umrah pilgrimage, and as part of the ritual, it is mandatory for them to kiss the stone. If the crowd is too large, pilgrims gesture towards it as a sign of reverence, known as istilam. But what exactly makes this black stone so significant? What makes it more than just a rock? According to Islamic tradition, this stone was not of this world. It was sent by Allah through the angel Jibril to Prophet Abraham, and his son Prophet Ishmael, during the construction of the Kaaba. As the Kaaba was being built, Gabriel, brought down this stone from paradise and gave it to Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. He placed it at the corner of the Kaaba, where it still resides today in the southeastern corner. Muslims believe that it was originally a pure white stone, but over the centuries it turned black due to the sins of mankind. However, despite its appearance, it remains sacred and full of divine significance. The black stone has a long and tumultuous history, filled with incidents where it was attacked, stolen, and even destroyed, only to miraculously survive. Let's talk about the first significant theft of the black stone that occurred in 318 AH, 930 CE, during the reign of Abu Tahir al-Karmati, a leader from Bahrain who was part of a group known as the Karmatians. His invasion of Mecca was so sudden and violent that it led to the suspension of the Hajj pilgrimage for the very first time in Islamic history. People were unable to visit the Kaaba for the pilgrimage that year. But the most astonishing part of this invasion was that Abu Tahir al-Karmati and his forces removed the black stone from its place at the Kaaba and took it back with them to Bahrain. For 22 years, the Kaaba stood empty without its heart. Muslims from all over the world were devastated by this act, but the Karmatians had no intention of returning it easily. The stone remained in Bahrain for over 2 decades. During this time, many attempts were made to negotiate for its return, but the Karmatians were unwilling to give it up. Finally, the Abbasid Caliph al-Muqtadir, may Allah have mercy on him, sent a delegation of high-ranking officials, including scholars, to bring the black stone back. A staggering 30,000 dinars were offered in exchange for its return. This amount was more than enough to entice the Karmatians, and the stone was finally returned in 339 AH, 950 CE. However, the return of the black stone was not as simple as just handing over a piece of rock. The stone had to be verified. A famous scholar of that time, Abdullah ibn Umar, was tasked with this verification. He requested 2 important signs from the Karmatians to confirm that the stone was indeed the original Hajar al-Aswad. The first sign was that the stone should not sink in water. The second sign was that the stone should not heat up when placed in fire. When the stone was dipped into water, it immediately sank, and when it was placed in a blazing fire, it became extremely hot and cracked. These signs made Abdullah ibn Umar very suspicious. He insisted that the stone was not the original one, but the Karmatians persisted. Then the true black stone was brought forward. When it was placed in the water, it floated on top like a flower. It also remained cool when placed in fire, just as it had when it first descended from paradise. This event marked another miraculous moment in the history of the black stone. Allah's protection over his sacred house and its relics was undeniable. The black stone had proven its authenticity and was safely returned to the Kaaba. But that was not the only incident where the black stone was attacked. Throughout history, there have been numerous attempts to defile or destroy the stone. One of the most shocking incidents occurred in 363 AH when a Roman invader struck the stone with an axe, leaving a visible crack on it. But, as is often the case in these stories, divine intervention appeared just in time. A Yemeni man who witnessed the attack immediately killed the invader before he could inflict further damage on the stone. The stone was miraculously saved once again, despite the clear intent to destroy it. Another notable attack took place during the reign of the Fatimid dynasty in 413 AH. The Fatimids sent a group of attackers to Mecca, and one of them, Al-Hakim al-Mahdi, struck the black stone with a sword and a metal rod, leaving some severe damage. However, as in previous instances, Allah's protection was evident. The attackers were captured, and the stone was once again repaired and safeguarded. One of the most dramatic incidents occurred about 500 years ago, when a foreign invader attempted to strike the black stone. This individual was quickly caught, and the prince of the area, Nasir, executed the thief on the spot. The black stone was secured and maintained its position as the most sacred artifact in Islam. In a more recent incident, about 70 years ago, an Afghan man managed to steal a fragment of the black stone, along with a piece of the Kaaba's covering. However, he was caught by the Kaaba guards, and after a swift trial, he was executed. The stone was again secured, and the Kaaba resumed its sacred status. Today, the black stone is more secure than ever. The Saudi government takes extraordinary measures to protect the stone. Around 24 guards are assigned to protect it, with each one keeping watch for an hour at a time. The stone is cleaned and maintained regularly by a special team. Faisal bin Mohammed bin Mahmud Badr, a member of a family entrusted with the task, explained that the stone undergoes special treatment to preserve its sanctity. The stone is treated with a special fragrant substance and reinforced every few years. It is carefully maintained to prevent it from being damaged by the elements, and its sacredness is never compromised. The black stone has endured for centuries as a testament to Allah's divine will. Despite numerous attacks, thefts, and threats, the stone remains an unshakable symbol of Allah's protection over the Kaaba. It has been a witness to the rise and fall of empires, the passage of time, and the enduring faith of Muslims across the globe. As Muslims, we believe that the black stone holds within it the divine presence of Allah. It is a symbol of His mercy, His guidance, and His eternal protection. When we stand before it, whether in Mecca during Hajj or through prayers, we are reminded of the sacredness of our faith, our connection to the past, and our ultimate goal of returning to paradise. May Allah grant us the opportunity to visit His house, to perform Hajj, and to kiss the black stone, just as our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did. May we always remain faithful, just as the black stone remains steadfast and unchanged throughout the centuries. This story of the black stone is a powerful reminder that no matter what challenges we face, our faith will always be protected by Allah's will, just as He protected this stone through the ages. Every year, millions of Muslims turn toward the Kaaba and the black stone, acknowledging its sanctity and the miracles that surround it. May Allah guide us to always protect and cherish the sacred relics of our faith, and may we be among those who walk in the footsteps of the prophets.